What's up, guys? We're gonna do my winter Pilates sequence right now. I did this, from basically January through March of this year for everybody that's in my life classes. So, as you know, I do it for a quarter at a time. We're letting our hair dry. We laid in the sun a little bit after doing a sweaty Tabata this morning. But let's get into it. The only thing you'll need is a Pilates ball, and that's optional even. So if you want it, get it. If you don't use it, that's fine. But we're gonna start lying down flat on our backs. I'm gonna put the playlist, again, this is YouTube, so I don't put the music because it's just too much to deal with and copyright, but I put the playlist in the description so you can click play with me. I'll tell you when I press play. You can click it, join along, and then just listen to me for the cueing as well. So otherwise, jam out, listen to whatever you want, but I'm gonna get that queued up and we'll get going. Put my headphone in. I'm gonna press play on the Matt Pilates playlist right now. You've got a ball, you're ready to go. We start on our backs. Playlist starting 3, 2, 1. Alright, so we're gonna lay down flat on our back, guys. Option to put the Pilates ball between your knees. For this, as I've mentioned in my other videos, if you've done those, and especially, obviously, if you've done class with me. So we're gonna lie down flat on our back. We are just gonna relax our hands down by our sides. Oh, it feels so good right now. And just make sure that those heels are in line with those sit bones and that your knees are gently squeezing that ball so it's not just friction holding it there. And then from here, hands are resting by our side. And go ahead, close your eyes and just come to your breath. Take a nice little inhale in through the nose. Let it out of the mouth. Do that again a couple more times. Inhale. And exhale. Maybe the first time we focused on our breath today. One more time. Inhale. Exhale. Now on your next inhale, I want you to draw your attention to your belly and your low back. And I want you to lift it up towards the ceiling, creating a little space, a little arc between your back and the mat. And then as you exhale, I want you to tuck that tailbone under, scooping out the belly like you're trying to bring a belt buckle closer to your belly button and engage the core. So we inhale to gently arch the spine, point that tailbone down towards the ground, just for the contrast. And exhale, scoop the belly out. You'll hear that a lot in Pilates. Tuck the tailbone under, draw belly button to spine, not sucking and drawing in. Inhale one more time to arch. Exhale, scoop. We're bracing the core when we get here. Keep it nice and tight. And then we're going to float those legs up off the ground, keeping it tight. Take an inhale here, reset. Re-engage as you exhale. Make sure that you're tucked and braced. And then as we inhale, we're going to slowly drop those heels towards the ground. And we're not rushing to get to the ground. We're just making sure we can keep that brace. And then exhale, draw the knees back up over the hips or maybe even closer towards the chest. It's okay. So we inhale to slow lower. We're still squeezing that ball. Heels are coming close to the ground, but we're keeping that tuck in the tailbone. Exhale, draw in. So this is where we start to really learn how to imprint our spine and keep our core activated while those limbs are starting to move. They call this limb differentiation. Pull it in. One more time of just those feet. Inhaling to lower, keeping that brace. Exhale, drag it back up. Now keep it right there. Inhale, reach the arms up overhead. And as we exhale, re-brace the core. Tuck those knees closer towards the arms. And then as we inhale, just the arms, you're going to slowly reach overhead. Now I want you to feel this coming from your side body. Reaching, reaching, reaching. Still tucking the tailbone, still drawing belly button to spine. And then as we exhale, use the core to drag those arms up towards the ceiling so you feel this contraction in the belly. Inhale, big stretch, reach without arching the back. Don't let yourself just give away, right? Keep it tucked, imprint, exhale, draw it up. One more just like that, just the arms moving up. And we're just gonna add on to these arms here in a second. Exhale, draw it up. We're gonna end up adding a crunch. Legs stay still. Inhale, reach up overhead. Feel that stretch in the side body, don't arch. But as we exhale, we're gonna peel chin to chest, slowly scoop up, palms come facing the ground by the sides of the body. Really lift and crunch. Inhale to slow lower. Reach the arms, keep that spine imprinted, and exhale, tuck up. So a lot of the times when we add in this crunch, when we go for this inhale right here, we'll start to arch the back like this and really reach and point that tailbone down like we were doing to contrast in the beginning. We don't want to do that. Exhale, crunch. One more just like that. Inhale, slow reach. So we're learning how to move that upper body, keeping the core tight at the same time. Exhale, crunch. Now I want you to hold. Stay right here. Stay nice and braced. And from here, we're going to move the legs and the arms together. So we're going to inhale, begin to reach the arms, and begin to lower the heels. We put our head, neck, shoulders down. Heels are getting close, thumbs are getting close, but we're not arching our back. We're really tight. You should feel a tremble. And then you exhale, breathe it all out, contract, draw the belly button to the spine, really scoop. Try to get the tips of the shoulder blades up. Inhale, so that way we're not just putting this in our neck. Lay flat, imprint, tuck, 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 tuck the tailbone. Exhale, scoop it all up. 2 more just like that. Inhale. Really control this movement. Don't rush. Think about what you're doing. Exhale. Draw it in. 1 more time. Inhale, slow reach. Exhale, crunch it up and hold. Stay right here. We're coming to that classic 100. Your legs can either stay in the 90 or they can extend up to a nice high diagonal, squeezing that ball between the knees regardless of where we're at. Really think about lifting the tips of the shoulder blades off the ground. Fingertips are glued together. We're going to start pulsing away from the ground. We're squeezing those legs together. Pulsing, inhaling in 2, 3, 4, 5. Exhale, little breaths. Inhale, 2, 3, 4, 5. Exhale, 2, 3, 4, 5. Inhale, 2, 3, 4, 5. Exhale, 2, 3, 4, 5. Can we start to lower those legs down a little bit more? Inhaling, 2, 3, 4, 5. Exhale, 2, 3, 4, 5. Inhale, 2, 3, 4, 5. Exhale, 2, 3, 4, 5. Squeeze the ball. Keep going. Can you lift yourself a little higher? Can you pull that belly button down a little further? Keep the chin off the chest. Last round. In 2, 3, 4, 5. Exhale, 2, 3, 4, 5. Hug it in. Sweet Lena. All right, ditch the ball. We're not going to need that for a while. We are going to go into the bulk of our core work right now, and we're going to start with a roll up. So we are going to extend those legs out long, and we're going to have the heels out slightly wider than our hips for the classic roll up here. So we're lying flat on our backs. We are still going to think about that tuck of the tailbone, that imprint of the spine nice and strong through the core so we don't allow momentum to get involved. We're going to reach our arms up towards the ceiling. Gaze is up towards it. Mine's the palm trees. We're going to take an inhale right here. So we're already tucking. We're already bracing and engaging. Heels are digging into the ground. Now as we exhale, begin to peel chin to chest and roll yourself up slowly. Rolling, rolling, rolling. Keep belly button to spine. So we're rolling up and over an imaginary beach ball as we come forward. I'm not just forward folding here. I'm super active. And then we begin to inhale. We're inflating. Everything's filling up. We're starting to expand, but I'm tucking my tailbone under, my chin still on my chest, and I'm rolling down 1 vertebrae at a time. Exhaling, shoulders come to the ground, arms go above. If you're worried about using momentum, don't let your arms go overhead. Inhale, prep the core, press the heels in. Exhale, chin to chest. We're going to do 2 more. Nice, slow pull the belly button to the spine. 3 more total, but I was already counting this one. Inhale to slowly unwind. So you need to start cueing into your own breath. So you might move a little faster, a little slower than me, but you're slowly breathing. So it's 5 or 6 seconds each way. Exhale. We start again. Use that inhale to prep. Don't rush through that. Inhale, squeeze. Exhale, roll up. Ooh, keep those feet down. Pull the belly button to spine. Roll up and over that imaginary ball. So the core is staying active while we reach. And then slowly inhale to unwind. Tuck the tailbone. Lay 1 vertebrae down on the ground at a time. We're really trying to control that spinal articulation here. Exhale. You got 1 more good one. Inhale. Prep. Exhale, chin to chest, roll. Ooh, baby. Pull it in, pull it in, pull it in, pull it in. Up and over. Inhaling. Unwinding. Arms are reaching. Belly's tucking. We're pulling ourselves down with control. Exhale. All right, we're going to bring those knees into the chest. We're going to go into our single, double, scissor, and crisscross. So a nice little traditional classic Pilates situation here. So we're going to take both hands to that right leg. So that right hand's going to be at the right knee, left hand's going to be at the right shin, and then I want you to extend your left leg high diagonal. I want your right ankle bone by your left knee, elbows wide like you're hugging that beach ball. And then first just exhale, curl your chin to chest and lift up. Now I'm not going to end up cueing any breaks to put your head down on the ground. Feel free to just lower your head down to the ground whenever you need. You can do all these movements from there. Now when you're here, really think about that belly button drawing down, lifting the tips of the shoulders up so we're not just pulling that knee in, but rather using it to lift and leverage ourselves up even more. Now we're going to inhale here, exhale, switch, pull it in. Inhale, switch. Exhale, hug it in, elbows wide. Inhale, switch. Exhale, hug it in. Nice, steady, slow. Keep the tips of those shoulder blades lifted. It's like you get to use the leverage of the legs to try to pull yourself up a little bit higher each time, and then keep that height as you pull in that other leg. We've got a last 4. Come on. 3, pull that belly button down. Don't forget that's the whole point. 2 and 1. We're going to stay lifted if you can. Lay down if you need. Both knees come in, hands to the knees. We take a big inhale for our double leg stretch. Arms and legs stretch to a high diagonal. Squeeze those heels together. Exhale, swim around. Hug it in tight. Inhale, reach. Exhale, squeeze around. Inhale, switch. Oh, no, no, no. Elbows wide. Inhale, reach. Pilates V with those legs. Exhale. 2 more. Inhale, reach. And then we're going to go for our scissors. Exhale. 1 more. Inhale. Exhale. This is where you get to lay your head down. Lay your head down, send those legs up to the ceiling. Lower that left leg to high 45. Both hands come behind that right hamstring or thigh. Take a big inhale here. Start to tuck your tailbone. Draw your belly button down. Exhale, chin to chest, roll up. I want to make sure you're really engaging that deep core. Now we double exhale, pull that right leg in, and switch, and switch. And you want to keep your gaze up high, kind of towards those ankles. Make sure we're not putting a bunch of unnecessary tension in the neck. If we're feeling it in the neck, we need to roll the shoulders back and down, put more effort into the lats and into the core. Focus. And don't drop that leg too low that the belly domes. If we find that the belly's doming, the leg's going too low, you need to keep your scissors a little bit higher, maybe only to 45 degrees. Totally fine. Work with what you've got, pay attention to your body, and move accordingly. Last 4, double exhale, 2, and 1. Got a little bonus. Lay it down. We're going to go into our crisscross, which is otherwise known as a bicycle to a lot of us. But I want you guys to inhale, hold in the center, exhale to lift up and over. So you're going to see when we get here in just a sec. So we're set it up, hands behind the head, legs come up into that tabletop. Now from here again, inhale, brace the core, tuck the tailbone under, and then exhale, crunch up. So now we're nice and tight. Now we're going to take our inhale breath here in the center, and we'll do that every time. As we exhale, right leg's going to punch out, bringing that knee close to that ankle bone. Right elbow tries to go outside the left knee. Inhale, come back to center without laying down. Exhale, up and over. So we stay super crunched up. Inhale to center, belly button pulling down. Exhale over. Inhale, center. Exhale, up and over. Can you lift and twist a little more? Inhale to center. Think of it as a lift. Ooh. And a twist. Come on. Inhale in. And we got our teaser here coming up. Come on. Last 3. Last 2. Make sure that belly's staying pulled down and we're not doming on the cross. It tends to happen. Back to center. 1 more out. Back to center. And lay it all down. Nice work. All right, so we're going to get ready for our teaser series. So in a classic Pilates sequence, we kind of work our way up in that warm-up. Once we've gotten the spine imprint, the limb differentiations, and the deep core activation, and we're like moving with breath, then it's like we really try to ramp up the core. And then, sorry, I'm just trying to make sure this is all looking decent. Yeah, we do our teaser series. So we're going to go into the teaser series. We're going to work our way, tease our way up the teaser series even by starting with single leg teasers first. So I want you lying down flat on your back, but I want your feet firmly planted so your heels are in line with your sit bones. We're going to toe heel the feet together because we want those knees and thighs squeezing nice and tight. And then we're going to extend that right leg long. Now your knees are in one line, so my right leg isn't coming up. It's not going down. You can see that my right leg disappears behind my left in the video. From here, we take those arms up to the ceiling. Now this is going to be very similar to our roll up. The one other thing, make sure you walk that left foot out a little further away from you. The further it gets, the easier it is to get up, and we can work it in slowly over time as we build up the core strength here. But it's very similar to that roll up. So we take our inhale breath. This is where we tuck the tailbone and brace the core to make sure we're not using momentum. And then as we exhale, chin goes to the chest, and we begin to roll up. We're pulling that belly button to spine. I'm reaching up tall. I take an inhale at the top, and then I exhale, slowly come down. Now, if you just did that rep and you're like, Brittany, there's no way I'm not doing that at all. Then exhale down. We're going to climb the leg this time. Inhale, you still prep. Think about that prep first. But now as we exhale, we can grab hold of that leg and climb ourselves up to the top. Take an inhale, breathe nice and tall at the top. And then exhale again, use that leg, but make sure we're still tucking tailbone and trying to lay the spine down one vertebrae at a time without collapsing. One more on the right side. Inhale. Exhale, roll up. Inhale, reach, see? Exhale, roll down. You're squeezing knee and thigh together, controlling the lower. All right, let's switch legs. Right leg comes down, left leg goes up. Hug the knees and thighs. Tuck the tailbone as you breathe in. Exhale, chin to chest, climb or slowly reach. As we roll ourselves up, we take a big inhale at the top and we reach. And then we exhale to slowly come down. Belly button to spine the whole time. 2 more. Inhale. Work with what you've got. Exhale. Find your breath. Young boys do. Inhale. Exhale. Make sure you don't rush that top. And then tuck, tuck, tuck. Lay down. Nice. 1 more. Inhale to prep. Brace the core. Plant. Dig that right foot in. And then exhale. Slowly roll up. Reach. And then exhale. Slowly, slowly come down. And pause right here. So now we're going to all put both feet down. So this is going to seem like it's easier for a second, but this is the modification. So we're going to do the modified half teaser first, and then I'll show you how to do full modified. Or a full half teaser. All right, so feet are firmly planted. They're still away from my butt. Knees and thighs are hugging tight together. So they're going to be down on our way up, and they're going to be up on our way down. So that's the modified version. So hands reach up to the ceiling. We're holding that imaginary block. Inhale to tuck the tailbone, brace the core, imprint the spine. As we exhale, chin comes to the chest. We anchor those feet into the ground. We roll ourselves up, and we get up tall. So it's like a big sit-up. Now we inhale, lengthen those legs up. Maybe it's just to a little boat pose, but we lengthen, and then we exhale, slowly, 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 slowly roll ourselves down. Now maybe you choose to keep your legs up. Otherwise, you reset for that modified. If they're up or down, we take our inhale, and we exhale, chin to chest, and we roll like our chest is being lifted. Inhale, if your feet are on the ground, lift them up. And then exhale, slowly come on down. 1 more right here. Inhale, imprint that spine. Make sure we're not doming. Exhale, chin to chest. Whew, it's been a minute. Inhale, reach. Exhale, slow, lower, 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 lower. Belly button to spine. And hug the knees to chest. Rock side to side. Nice job, guys. Now we're going to go for a almost full teaser. It's like a 3/4 teaser, I guess you could say. And we're going to all rock up to a seat to start. Again, we're going to do a modified version first, and then I'll give you the full option to do second. But this will just help you build in. So in the modified version first, the idea is that we are going to do teaser where we lower but not all the way. It's like a low hollow hold, and we come back up to that high, we lower to the hollow, we come back up to the high. We're going to do it 3 times. We all do it modified the first time. You have the option to stay modified for time 2 and 3. So we put our hands behind those knee crevices under the thighs, and we're going to start to rock back. So I'm not just balancing on my sit bones, I am getting the core active, rolling, 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 tucking, floating those legs up into that tabletop. Elbows stay wide, gaze stays up where your ankles would be if they were lifted, and they will be soon. So we stay right here. We take an inhale, we feel that lift, and then as we exhale, we let the hand slide behind the thigh, and we lower to that low boat. Pull the belly button to the spine, hug the heels together, and then exhale, draw yourself back up. Sit tall, take your inhale, maybe option to extend the legs. Exhale, maybe option to free the hands. Lower down, pull the belly button down. Inhale, pause. Exhale, float it up, reach, reach, reach. Inhale, arms are trying to parallel the legs. Exhale, tuck, 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 tuck. Roll down, pull the belly button to the spine. One more time. Big inhale to lift up strong, reach, 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 reach. And then exhale, lower. We got to go up one more time before we can finish. Inhale, lift. Exhale, legs come down. Nice job, guys. All right, so that's our teaser series. We are going to move into our little seated spinal. This feels really good. I added this in. It's very classical sequence, but we've done more fusions before, so this feels really good. So we're going to take our legs out a little wide, and this is called a saw in the classical Pilates sequence by Joseph Pilates. So we're going to sit nice and tall here. Legs are going to go out, and the idea is that, hey, we just worked our core. We're going to give the back and the core a little stretch, a little love, and then we keep going with more core activation, of course. So we're going to sit with those feet slightly wider, and then we reach those arms out tall. I'm going to bring mine in a little bit more. It was a little aggressive. Actually, let's turn just a little sideways so you can see this action in my core a little better. So we're going to sit nice and tall, feet are flexed, legs are anchored down to the ground, arms are in a T, thumbs up to the ceiling. Now my belly's going to stay active the whole time, just like the roll up. I'm never releasing the core. It's not about just a stretch, it's both, right? So core activation with the rest of the body kind of getting stretched and getting some torsion in the spine. So we inhale, sit tall. Now as I exhale, I'm going to begin to twist towards my right, which is going to bring my left pinky finger closer towards my left foot. And then as I exhale, belly button to spine, but I'm still reaching my pinky finger to pinky toe. 3 little pulses. And then inhale, come up to center. We're going to go the other way. So we exhale, twist to the left, bringing my right pinky towards my right toe. 3 little pulses, but my core is engaged and drawing back. Inhale up to center. So it's 3 little exhale breaths. Inhale, exhale. Inhale up through center. Exhale and pulse. And inhale up to center. Nice job. Set the hands down. I'm going to turn back to face more forward. We're going to bring our legs kind of to this little deer pose, a little like 90-90. Right hand on the outside of that right shin. Left arm goes out. So we did a little bit of torsion on the spine and forward flexion. Now we're just going to do straight lateral flexion. So I want to make sure that you're paying attention that you're not arching your back or rounding when you do this. We're sitting nice and tall, cores engaged. We're strictly going to be folding left and right. So that left arm's going to come out. We're going to take a big inhale. Hold on to that right shin, and then exhale up and over, drawing belly button to spine. So I'm not arching my back. I'm just feeling this humongous side stretch. And then inhale back to center. Now left hand comes down the ground. Maybe it's left elbow for some of us, up and over, but we're not rounding. We're staying stacked square. Inhale, we're going to do that one more time, each to the right and left. Exhale, pull the belly button to spine. Inhale up through center. Exhale. And inhale up through center. And put the hands down, switch the legs out. So we go to that little deer, 90-90 on this side, left hand to the outside of that left shin. We sit tall, we feel the belly button come to the spine, we're engaged, like you're about to be punched in the stomach is what I always say. Right hand out, take a big inhale. Exhale, lateral flexion, up, over to the left, feel that right side. This should feel so good. Most of us don't do enough of this for our back. Inhale, up through center. Exhale, right hand comes down again. Maybe we can drop to that elbow or forearm, but pull the belly button to the spine. Inhale up through center. One more time each side. Exhale. And we're going to get a little playtime coming up here soon. Inhale, center. One more time over. Exhale. And inhale, center. All right, we're going to bring those legs in front of us here. Just going to make sure I never forget anything. We're going to do rolling like a ball. So I'm going to turn sideways so you can see me in the shape of my body. But we're going to have fun with this. But it's basically figuring out the gas and brake of the deep core and using that to release us and to catch us. The goal is to balance and not let your feet touch the ground once we lift them up. So to start, you can either put your hands behind your thigh or you can put them on top of your knees and we'll end up letting go. whichever one kind of feels best to you right now. Elbows go wide. Again, we're going to slowly tuck the tailbone until we lift those feet off. Really hug them close to the body. Elbows are super wide, so we got that beach ball. But I'm using my core to balance right here, not just my sit bones. Now, what we're going to end up doing, if you'd like, is float those hands off. So now we have to keep this like little circle the whole time with the hands hovering off the knees. And the goal is to come back to this exact shape in this X. So we're going to inhale, release tension, roll back. Exhale, come up, catch, squeeze, squeeze, hug everything tight, knees come together. 2 more of those. Inhale, roll back. Exhale, squeeze. Hold. 1 more, inhale. Exhale, squeeze, hold. Nice. Now either you can repeat those or we're going to grab our shins. I'm going to turn slightly sideways so again you can kind of see clearly what's happening. So we're going to grab our shins, or you're holding that rolling like a ball. We're going to get a little hamstring stretch first, and we're going to exhale, bring that right leg up, or excuse me, inhale. Exhale, pull it down. Other side. I am a slippery salmon. Inhale. Oof. Exhale. 1 more time each leg. Inhale. You're still balancing. Core still having to work here. Inhale. Exhale. Fun trick. Bring both legs up. Hold tight. Keep those core muscles working. Slight tuck. We're rocked back. Now we're going to do the exact same thing we did for rolling like a ball with a start and a stop, but our legs are going to be like this. Otherwise, you're repeating that rolling like a ball till you've got that and you move up to this. So we're going to take a nice big inhale, release the gas, whoop, and come up. Whew, I am on a slight slope. That made that so much harder. 2 more. Inhale, roll back. Exhale. Oh, nope. Exhale, come up. I'm on way too much of a slope. Let's turn sideways. All right, 1 more, guys, wherever you're at. Inhale. Exhale. Oop. Inhale. See, even I can't get it sometimes. Exhale. And then set it down. Nice job. All right, that's fun. Definitely harder on a little slight decline going back. So that was fun. All right, from here, we are going to go onto our bellies. We're going to work a little bit of the prone work for the back, and then we'll do our right side and our left side, and we'll slowly stand up. So we're going to come onto our bellies for a little swan lifts, and then we're going to do a double leg kick, if you know what that is, that's coming up, and then we'll work our way into a little plank before we go to our side. So we're going to lie down flat on our tummies. We are going to glue our legs together. So you see that? I'm gluing my legs together, and I'm thinking about pushing my heels together. That helps kind of get that internal wrap, internal rotation in the thighs again here. And then I'm going to rest my hands down at the top of my mat, and my forehead is going to go on my hands. They're going to end up staying there the whole time. I'm going to look up at you guys right now to explain this. But from here, we have our little swan lift, swan prep. So what you need to do first is think about activating the core before we lift. So it's not a back bend exercise, it's a lengthening of the spine exercise. The back bend is secondary. So from here, we're going to start to push our hips into the ground. We're going to squeeze our quads, squeeze our glutes. You're going to see that automatically kind of tucks my tailbone slightly, draw my abs up and in so I get that scoop-like sensation. Again, not sucking in, but drawing in, like somebody's going to punch me from under the ground. Once all of this is super active, I'm squeezed, I'm shaking right now. Then, only then, as we inhale, we're going to lift our arms up off the ground. That's going to take our forehead with it, and we're going to pause. We're going to think about this and anchor those hips again. Draw the belly button up towards the spine. Feel the length. Maybe that lowers you a little bit. That's okay. Take 1 more inhale, and exhale, lower. We're going to move with our breath. Anchor down. Inhale, lift. Exhale, lower. 3 more. Inhale, lift. Exhale, lower. Make sure the legs and belly are staying strong. Inhale, lift. Exhale, lower. You got 1 more. Inhale, lift. Exhale, lower. Now, stay right here, but turn your face to the left side, and we're going to glue those legs together. Now, we're going to do our double kick. So, oh, I lied. Your arms are going to come back by your side, and I'm laying it on a right here. So, again, I'm going to stay up a little bit just so you can really see me, but my hands are down by my sides. My legs are gluing together. So, I want you to really move with inhales and exhales and focus on moving slowly. We'll do the first one super, super slow together on each side, and then we'll alternate 1 more time on the left and right. So our right ear is on the ground. We're going to inhale to anchor, lift the abdominal, squeeze the glutes, squeeze the quads, engage. Now as we exhale, we're going to double kick the heels towards our glutes, squeezing those hamstrings. And then as we inhale, lengthen the legs, begin to lift the chest like we did our swan prep. Reach the arms back and gaze down. As we exhale, lengthen. Inhale to kick, squeeze, activate the core. Exhale, double kick. Inhale to lengthen the legs, trying to lift the knees and the low thighs off the ground. Reach the arms, gaze down. Exhale, lower right knee to the mat. Let's do that again. Inhale to kick. Exhale, double kick. Inhale, lengthen those legs. Try to lift the knees off, lift the hands off, gaze down and forward. Exhale, inhale to kick. Inhale to kick. Inhale, reach the arms, gaze down. And exhale, lower everything. Nice job. Bring the hands by the sides of the chest. I want you to tuck your toes. We're first going to stay on our knees. Just press yourself up to a modified plank. Walk those hands in. Make sure they're underneath the shoulders. We're really pressing the earth away. And then lift those knees up. Coming into that nice, beautiful high plank. Hold right there. I'm going to make sure we're doing the right thing. Going over to our right side. This is the best part about doing something on a video. You're holding the high plank. You're fine. Don't worry about it. Keep staying there. Best part about a video though, I don't even have bodies in you correct right now. I'm just hoping you're doing the thing. But push the ground away. Draw your belly button up to your spine. There should be rounding in the upper to mid back. All right, so you're really active there. You've got 5, 4. We're going to go down to a low plank. 3, 2. Lower down to a low plank. 1 for 4, 3, 2, 1. Lower down and turn onto your right elbow. We're going to go to our right side line. We are going to put our head in our hand for this. And we're going to do a nice little side kick series. Very classical. Again, this one is much more classical than a lot of the ones that I do. So our legs are going to be stacked. I want your elbow. Our elbow, shoulders, hips are in one line, but then my heels are going to double stack just slightly in front of my hips. This gives me a little bit of stability. But then remember, even with side lying, the core is first. So that belly button is drawing in towards the spine. We're tucking the tailbone slightly, feeling that activation here. All right, so this is helping to develop that side body strength. Now that left hand can press into the mat just in front of the belly, and we're going to slowly inhale and lift that left leg up towards the sky. And then we're going to exhale, lower down. Slow and control. Inhale up, and we're not lowering all the way down. We're lowering down to hip height. Exhale. So right about there where there's like 3 inches between. Inhale to lift. We want to feel a squeeze in that outer glute. Exhale, inner thigh, you squeeze and come back towards one another. One more of those. Inhale up. We're not arching the back or rounding. We're super tight in the core. Exhale. Now hold. We are going to exhale. Drag that left foot forward with a nice little flex of the foot. And as we inhale, we're going to point the toe and sweep it back just behind the hips. You're going to want to wiggle wobble, so you got to use your core. Exhale, flex the foot. Drag it forward. Press into the ground. Press into that right elbow. Inhale, swoop it back with control. So that outer glute and outer thigh are active here. Exhale, pull, trying to stabilize us through this whole thing. And then inhale, swoop back. You've got one more to go forward. Exhale, pull it forward. And this time on the inhale, swoop back. You're just going back to mirror that right foot. Slightly turn the toes up towards the ceiling so that the heels are pointing towards one another and almost touching. And we're strike the ankle as we make tiny, tiny little circles. Push into that right elbow and tricep. Push into this left hand. Stay strong in the tummy. Tiny little circles. Trace that tennis ball. 4, 3. We're going to go the other way. 2, 1. Go the other way. 8, 7, 6, 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. Inhale, big stretch up. And then exhale, plant it down, push away from that left hand, and come up onto your right elbow. All right, so that left foot is firmly planted in front of your hip, your right foot's out. You can use your left hand to grab that left ankle. I like to have you all, as you know, if you've taken my classes or any of my other videos, your right hand's gonna grab that right side body. I want you to inhale, shrug down, be a lazy mom in that shoulder, and then exhale, press up and out. Make sure that shoulder is stacked right over that elbow. So now we're super active in the core and that shoulder's not overworking. Once we're here, that left hand can grab that right ankle. The right foot turns out so that pinky toes is trying to touch the ground. We're gonna inhale, lift that leg. Ooh, I lied. Exhale, squeeze. Inhale, lower just to a hover. Exhale, lift. Inhale, lower. So that right side body staying active. Exhale, lift. All this work is coming from that inner thigh with support of those deep floor core muscles. Exhale, lift. Inhale, lower. 2 more. Exhale, lift. Inhale, lower. 1 more. Exhale, lift, hold, point the toe, little circles. 8, 7. What's your right side body doing? 6, 5. Are we lifted? 4, 3, 2. Go the other way. 1. Little tiny circle. 8, 7, 6, 5, 4. We have a side plank coming up. 2, 1. Move that right leg back in line with the hips. Left leg goes to stack. You can push away from that left hand if you need. Come up into that side plank and hold. So again, the elbow's directly under the shoulder. Left hip is now over right hip. Make sure we're not opening up to the sky, that we're rotating, pushing that hip forward. Right foot is super flexed, so we're building that stability in that right ankle, especially as it presses into the ground. We are holding, and then we're gonna go to a mid, little like low plank. 3, in order to switch sides. 2, and 1. Bring that left arm down, come to that little low plank. Hold. Draw the belly button up to the spine. Feel a rounding in your upper to mid back. Squeeze the quads. Get your heels directly over your toes. Make sure you're not pushing back too far or too far forward. We're locked in. 3, 2, you're going to your left side. 1. So, left side, but I'm going to turn all the way around to make sure that I'm in line with you guys. And you can see me because you don't want to look at the back of my head the whole time. All right, so we're gonna set this all up the same way. We're gonna lay down with our head in our hand, elbow, shoulders, hips in one line, feet stacked slightly in front of the hips. Right hand comes down right in front of the belly, or it can touch the belly, whatever you need as a little reminder to tuck that tailbone, draw the belly button into the spine, and lock in. All right, so we're locked in. Once we are there, take a big inhale, start to raise that right leg up to the ceiling, up towards the palm trees. Exhale, drag it down. So the core is stabilizing, but that right leg is working and lifting. Strength and stability in those obliques, the hip abductors, glutes, and our entire lateral chain. Working that powerhouse, right? Reaching up. Slowly bring it down. Looking at what's next. Oh yeah, we're almost there. Inhale, lift. Exhale, lower. 1 more. And we got those forward backs. Inhale to lift. Squeeze, squeeze, squeeze. Exhale to lower to a hover, 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 hover. Keep that foot flexed. Exhale, drag it forward. Get a little kick. Point the toe. Inhale, sweep. Do not overdo this if you can't control it in your core. Exhale, drag it forward. And it's okay to not be able to have a big range. Inhale, it's something we work towards, right? Exhale, flex the foot. Just like if you go to the gym, you're not going to jump up to the heaviest weight if you're on a squat rack. You got to start wherever you're at. Meet yourself where you're at. Pull it back, cheesy as it is. Exhale, pull it forward. That is the last one. On the inhale, sweep back. We go to meet that left foot. We turn the toes up to the ceiling. Heels are touching. Little circles. 8, 7, whichever direction you want to go first. I don't care. We're going both ways. 4, 3, squeeze that inner thigh. 2, 1, go the other way. 8, 7, 6, 5, like you're striking a match. 4, 3, 2, 1. Big inhale up. Woo. Exhale, put it down. Come up onto that left elbow. Right foot is right in front of your hip. We're laying down. We're nice and comfortable, all right? From here, we take that right hand. We grab the left side body. We take an inhale to shrug. Feel the contrast. This is not what you're doing while this leg's working. We exhale, engage, lift, get that elbow under the shoulder. We should be able to stay here, no problem. This is good prep for that side plank too. Now your right hand can grab that right ankle. We put that left toe on the ground. Inhale to prep, flex the foot. Exhale, lift it up. Inhale, lower. Ooh, you see I gave into that left side. I got to hold it. Exhale up. Tighter on this side right now. Exhale, lift. Inhale, lower. 4 more. Inhale, lower. Got to lose my cool. Down. And lift. I lost count. Down. Let's do 1 more for our circles. Up. Lower to hover. Point the toe, little circles. 8, 7. Squeeze that inner thigh. 6, 5, 4, 3. Don't let it drop too much. 2, 1. Go the other way. 8, 7, 6, 5. We got a side plank. 4, 3. Don't forget. 2, 1. Bring that left leg in line with the hips. Right foot stacks on top. Flex that left ankle. Push yourself up. Get into that side plank. Again, shoulder over elbow. That shouldn't have changed. Nothing else changed. We are squeezing this left oblique like we're trying to bring the rib bone closer to the hip bone, lifting the hips up. And then the right hip isn't tipping back. We're pushing it forward. Feet are flexed. We're super strong and locked out right here. And we're just hanging out. Yeah, yeah, yeah. You know I feel like 3, 2. We're going to go to a mid plank. 1. Little mid-low plank. All right, we're going to lock in right here. Squeeze the glutes. Just hold. Think about life. Draw your belly button up to your spine. Squeeze your quads. Heels are above those toes. Your butt isn't piking. I'm not up here, and I'm not sagging. I'm not laying right there. I'm engaged. Lifting up. We're going to go to a high plank. Lift up. We're going to end up doing our nice little push-up roll down series. So from here, you can always drop to your knees. I'll do a modified with everyone first, and then we'll do a full if you want. So take an inhale here, nice and strong, and begin to bend those elbows down into that push-up. Nice tricep push-up. Exhale, push yourself up. If you're on your knees, lift them, and then really lift the hips. As you walk your hands back, keep your heels lifted. Bend your knees as much as you need to keep your hands on the ground, toes on the ground. Exhale into that fold. Now inhale, this is the roll-up part. Really root to rise. Push into those feet. Roll up slow through the spine. You're going to lose my head in this video. That's okay. Stand tall. Now we reverse it. We exhale to roll down. Belly button to spine. I'm rolling till my hands reach the ground. If you need to bend your knees, bend your knees. Now go into the balls of the feet. Really draw belly button to spine and walk yourself out. So my core is active, working to get me into that plank. Lower down slow. Breathe out, push yourself up. Inhale. Exhale, keep that belly button to spine. Ball of the toes. Fully exhale in the fold. Inhale, slow roll up. I feel like I messed up those breaths here, so we'll get focus on this one. Roll down, exhale. Inhale, walk yourself out. Balls of the feet, belly button to spine. Lift, lift, lift. Keep the hips high. And exhale into place. Inhale to lower. Your knees can always be on the ground. This is your last one. Exhale, press up. Inhale, lift the hips into that down dog-like position. Trying to pike up strong through the hands like you're doing a walking handstand. Exhale. Inhale, slow roll. And exhale, roll down. We're going to walk ourselves out to come down on the ground. Walk your hands out, really lift, use your core. Take that inhale, be in a plank, pause. And then slowly lower all the way down. Nice job, guys. We're going to take the hands, press them into the ground, get a little ab stretch here. Pressing and lifting the heart, stretching the core. Exhale, roll down. We're going to do 2 more little cobra flows like that. Inhale to roll up. Exhale to roll down. Inhale, roll up. Exhale, go down. From here, push up just enough to come into a nice little tabletop position. We're just going to cat-cow the back by inhaling, dropping the belly, lifting the gaze. Exhale, tucking chin to chest, rounding the back as much as we can, tucking that tailbone under. Inhale, open up. Exhale. One more, inhale. Exhale. Inhale, come to a neutral spine. Sit your hips down, walk your hands out. Take a nice big stretch right here. Nice big child's pose for me. One more. And then gently walk the hands back towards the thighs. Sitting tall. Just rest your hands onto your thighs, onto your knees, whatever's kind of there for you. And take a second to close your eyes. Just notice what you feel in the body. Pilates is so extremely intentional. It's about the neuromuscular connection and making sure that we're actively using the muscles that we intend and want to be using and building. And so it can be very exhausting just mentally getting through, even if sometimes physically it might not even feel like the most challenging practice for us, right? It's that mental activation and that physical reward that kind of comes with it over time. So give yourself kudos for everything that you were able to do today. Know that you can always moderate and keep building. You can do the sequence over and over again, just like I do for months at a time in my live classes. So I hope you enjoyed. If you have questions, please let me know. If you need modifications for something that I didn't give a modification for, write me a comment, let me know. That way I can give them to you or upload a video or whatever I need to do to help you out with your Pilates journey. So thank you so much. Go check out some of my other videos. You need the strength, you need the yoga, you need the Pilates, we need it all. And if you're interested in where I'm at, why I'm doing this, what's happening, my app is coming soon. I've got the vlog telling you all about it on my YouTube. So go listen to those and stay tuned. Have a great day. All right, thanks guys.